Ho there, adventurer. Curious about the Marauders Guild, are yet? Any axe worth wielding needs two hands on the haft and has a blade what can chop clean through a galley's mast. That's the kind o' weapon our members train to use with deceptive swiftness and brutal force. If you're of a mind to make the Marauders art your life's work, then our guild welcomes ye with open arms. What say ye, lad? Keen to join the ranks? Well then, here's a bit o' guild history so ye know what you're gettin' into. It all started with ships, yes see. What ve ships got to do with axes, yet ask? Well, buildin' 'em would be pretty bloody difficult without a sturdy tool to lop down trees for timber. And since only the navigator herself knows when a ship run afoul of a storm or worse, it makes sense for the crew's carpenter to carry an axe on board. But any tool on a ship can become a weapon, and the axe is perfect for hooking yourself over the rail of an enemy vessel, lettin' loose in a whirl o' steel, and generally layin' waste to all about yet. As more seafarers took up the axe as their weapon o' choice, so did the bloody art o' the marauder begin to take shape, specially among pirates, where strength and skill decided your place in the world. With an eye to assembling crews o' battle-ready raiders, the pirates started teachin' the proper way to wield a choppin' blade to their new recruits. And that's how the Marauders Guild first came to be. After the Galadion Accord was signed, though, the Marauders Guild was never the same. It was taken over, restructured, and purged of its pirate elements. It had been reborn as an institution dedicated to naught but the teachin' of axe fightin'. The members of this new Marauders Guild weren't no greed-driven cutthroats, neither. They were warriors what sought to use their martial prowess for the good o' society. Still keen, are ye? Think it over, then let me know if ye decide to join our ranks. Ye decided, then? You're ready to join the Marauders Guild? Alright, then. All that needs doin' now is to speak with the Axe Master himself. Sounds simple? I've seen folks link out the door rather than put themselves in the path o' that unnerving glare. That's the bloke right there in the middle o' the room. Wyrnzoen's his name. Put some steel in your spine and look him straight in the eye when ye talk to him, lad. Good fortune to ye.
Yes. I am Wyrnzoen. Axe Master they call me. Not the most imaginative of titles, I agree, but one should not underestimate the value of directness. I welcome your interest in our guild. The art of the marauder is used to rend, to cleave, and to destroy. It is not our way to simply outfight our adversaries, we seek to overwhelm them. A marauder must be the most powerful and enduring presence on the battlefield. We must account for the most enemies defeated. Our role in combat is that of a steel whirlwind, dealing death and destruction without equal. No doubt the question has already been put to you by Blautota, but once more shall I challenge your commitment. Are you prepared for the bloody carnage that awaits an initiate of the Marauders Guild? Very well. Your name? Attend me well, then, Cater. Hold fast to this moment of dedication. The path of the marauder is a jagged and perilous one. The blood that spills at your feet will ofttimes be your own. I present to you this axe as a symbol of your commitment. Your first lesson shall be how to hold it. Now grip the haft with both hands and set yourself in a solid stance. You cut a striking figure, Cater. But heroic posing is unlikely to cut a swath through your enemies. You stand now as a student of the axe. Let us waste no time in testing the edge of your chosen weapon. You shall wade straightway into combat as befits a novice of our discipline. Go forth and slay the bleeding, scurrying, crawling pests that plague the outskirts of Limsa Lominsa. Lost lambs, wharf rats, and little ladybugs shall be your piteous adversaries this day. Return to me once 3 of each creature have fallen to your blade. You are returned to me a different man. Already your face shows a harder cast, a realization of the slaughter of which you are capable. But there is much training to be done before you will wield the axe to its fullest potential. Learn well your lessons, build your strength, and make of each swing an instinctive act. Every blow of your weapon will clear another step towards the mastery of the Marauder way. Implacable, relentless, such must be your momentum on both the practice grounds and the battlefield. The next Marauder quest will be available from Wyrnzoen upon reaching level 5. Cater. You approach me with the Marauder's strides, determined, unswerving, and bereft of the hesitation that marked our first meeting. I am pleased. The time has come for you to begin a new stage in your training. Now, what sets the axe aside from the gladius or the dagger? It is the raw, unstoppable destruction wrought by its thick, heavy blade. And that overwhelming power can only be properly directed by extraordinary physical strength. Thus we come to the core of this day's lesson. Such strength as a Marauder must possess is developed through a traditional method passed down through the generations of the guild. A method that you, too, shall be taught to employ. Present yourself to Brynbar in the practice area downstairs, and he shall instruct you further. The XIV master told me ye'd be on your way. Me name's Brynbar. Good it is to meet a new Marauder. Now, we axe wielders build strength and control by split-in boulders. That's right, our traditional method involves smashing a rock with your axe. But ye can't use just any old swing, ye need to hit the rock just so. Rotgame, a fellow Marauder, is waiting just outside the Zephyr Gate, by the bridge over the Rogue River. She'll tell ya how it's done.
Greetings, lad. Ready to split some stone, are ya? I've 3 nice, hard rocks for ya to build up a sweat on. Don't try nothin' fancy now, just hit 'em with a good, solid, heavy swing. That's the way to do it, lad. Now you've got the idea, why don't ya have at 'em a little harder with that heavy swing o' yours? Hold nothin' back. I can see you're a natural. Me head's still ringin' with the sound o' crackin' boulders. Take yourself back to Master Wyrnzoen and let him know you're ready for something harder.
Has the training loosened your muscles and focused your mind, Cater? An urgent request for help has arrived from the Red Rooster Stead, and I have chosen you to respond. It appears a hostile group of megalocrabs has unwittingly elected itself the next test of your prowess. As this is your first outing on official Marauder duty, you shall be accompanied by a veteran conjurer by the name of Soquib. She awaits you on the floor below. May devastation follow in your wake.
Cater, I know who you are. My brother often has me escort his fledgling marauders on their more dangerous tasks. I suppose Wyrnzoen expects me to give you the details, then? Very well. It seems the farmers need us to clear out a megalocrab nest near the Morning Widow in Lower Launa Sea. I shall trust you to find your own way there, just don't forget your axe. Humph, looks as if nobody's home. Mayhap they knew we were coming?
Aid. I need aid. Please, it's my grandson. Them snippers ve got I'm. I told Sired not to get too close. I told I'm.
Get that weapon ready, Cater. We need to move. Now.
Ah, bugger and jite. Get away from me, ye bloody great bastard.
I will soothe your wounds, Cater. Do not stray too far from my side.
Got room for one more, can't let the novice have all the fun. Some of these bastards are harder than the damn boulders. Thank ya, mister. I thought I was dead for sure. I can't even play outside no more, what with all these scary monsters about. Mima and Mita, they was both killed by some nasty bugger not so long ago, and our rocks, big as a mountain. But I bet you could beat it? Make it pay for what it did to me, folks.
You take it easy now, son, there's a whole guild full of strapping lads and lasses like Cater here who'll be glad to do just that. All you need do is head home with your grandpa. You let us worry about that big nasty bugger. Consider your first duty a success, Cater. It's time you headed back as well, before Wyrnzoen begins to worry I've left your corpse for the crabs.
So, you have shattered the shells of the megalocrabs and saved the life of a child into the bargain. Thus does our violent craft prove its merit. Well done, Cater. Though no longer a threat to the farmers, you should know that it is unusual for such crabs to be found so near the stead. By all accounts, the creatures were ousted from their usual feeding grounds by a more fierce beast. The beast of which I speak is a known terror in the lands of Lominsa, ever seeking to expand its territory. And that boy's parents were but two of the many victims to fall to its rampages. It is a threat that must be dealt with ere long. Do thoughts of vengeance flit through your mind, Cater? Nurture those urges, but do not yet act upon them. This monstrosity is far beyond your present skills. If you would answer the lad's cry for revenge, then you must grow stronger. Become the raging behemoth this challenge demands. Cater. I have gathered what information I could concerning the beast that young Sired bade you slay. The tales name this creature Kujata. Those who have witnessed Kujata in the terrifying flesh also call him the stampeding mountain, such is his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. As a single step towards that distant goal, I send you to blind iron mines. We have had word that folk are falling prey to the claws of the local Gallegos. It is your task to protect the weak from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blade sing in righteous slaughter. Welcome back, Cater. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kujata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin this season. Your duty is thus clear: put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training. But do not despair, Cater. As Axii Master and fellow Marauder, this I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. I see you have been diligent in your training. You need not tell me in words, it shows in your bearing, in your unwavering gaze. It is time for you to once more lift your axe in service to the guild. There have been reports of a sizable creature roaming the outskirts of Aleport in western Lonacy. This monster is no Kujata, but the threat it presents to the locals is nonetheless sufficient to warrant our attention. It should also prove a worthy foe to test your burgeoning prowess. How to find this beast? Well, I am fortunate enough to count among my acquaintances a veteran hunter and archer by the name of Rainfred. He took up residence in Aleport some years ago, and will gladly aid you in this task. With Rainfred's assistance, you are to track down this prowling danger and provide it swift and bloody passage to the afterlife. May your axe swing true. Wyrnzoen's boys, are yet? Why, I've known that sprat since he was knee-high to a, well, he was always kind of a big fella, was Wyrnzoen. And now they call him Axie Master, eh? Not a subtle lot, you marauders. So, I suppose you're here to hunt down our local trouble? What ya need do, then, is take yourself northwest up towards Camp Skull Valley, and give a good whistle. The mean bugger you're after, his name's Patripotin, by the by, will come runnin' across the weeded plains. He'll think you're trespassing on his territory, see, so ye better have that cleaver o' yours ready. Oscon's blessings be upon ye. I have been in contact with Rainfred, and he had naught but praise for you, Cater. Your representation of the guild has been exemplary. There is one more task I would have you complete this day, a task that will demonstrate for you just how strong you have become. Report to Skupkum where he waits on the bank of the Ageless River, and he shall help you unveil the untapped power of your axe. Lad, I know why you're here. And after seeing this big old boulder, I'd wager you know why you're here, too. Now, my rock's a bit more of a challenge than those pebbles rot game had you training on. To crack this beauty will require a relatively heavy swing. Impossible, you say? Ha, Wyrnzoen wouldn't send you out here if he didn't think you capable. Ha, would you look at that? And on your first attempt, too. Well, I guess it's back to the Axie Master for you. I knew you would return before long. The deafening crack of shattering boulder reached me even here. This feat of strength deserves recognition, and you shall have it in the form of a new technique. Adopted and perfected by our guild forebears, the tomahawk throw was first devised by pirates as an opening attack on closing enemy vessels. Though we primarily focus on close-quarter combat, you will no doubt find that having a powerful ranged strike at your disposal greatly expands your tactical versatility. I sense that the impending confrontation with Kujata weighs heavily on your mind, Cater. But hurried swings lead to glancing blows. There is no swift road to attaining the peak of mastery you seek, only a steady, measured ascent. Cater, there is trouble afoot. Do you recall the lad whose parents were slain by the beast Kujata? The boy's grandfather, Neddard, but recently contacted us with worrisome news. Young Sired has gone missing. There have been sightings of Kujata in the area, and it would seem that the child felt compelled to seek the creature out. As you are familiar with the boy and his tragic tale, I would have you attend to this matter. My sister, Soquib, awaits you at the Bismarck. She has been apprised of the situation, and will aid you in plotting a suitable course of action.
Ah, Cater. I assume you are here to discuss the missing child, and not to sample a bowl of mutton stew? First things first, I would advise against rushing off to peer under every rock in the countryside. We need more information to direct our search. I suggest we head to the Red Rooster Stead, and learn what more we can from old Neddard. I'll leave the talking to you, Cater.
Thank the gods you're here. Seems me grandson is set on causing naught but trouble for yet. But surely ye can how the lad is feelin', how he's boilin' with hate for that murderous beast. And the last time, when ye came along like an avengin' angel and showed I'm the strength o' your steel, well, ye lit a fire in his belly. He must have got it in his EAD to take revenge on the beast hisself. Daft little bugger. Enerode, once he heard Kujatad been spotted near Ailport, why, he shot through that door like an arrow from a bow, and I ain't seen him since. I beg of ye, find me little Sired afore he gets hisself stomped to death. That big bastard Aurochs has spilled more and enough o' me kin's blood.
Our course is clear. We must set out for Ailport at once. An old acquaintance of mine, Farstim, often stands guard at the port gates. He might know something of the lad's whereabouts.
Have I seen a boy wandering about by himself? As a matter of fact, me and my fellow gate guard here just watched a young lad traipsing off to the north. We were arguing whether or not to abandon our post and bring the child back ourselves. Large packs of jackals have been prowling the wilds of late, so if you mean to head after him, pray do so quickly. Hells, I might even pass along word to the Marauders Guild, you'll be better off with an extra blade or two at your back.
Have you found any sign of Sired? He must have been in a desperate hurry indeed to cast away his belongings in such a careless manner. I, myself, came across this wood axe, a tool the lad took from the stead, perhaps? Gods below. Cater, over there.
Cater.
Quickly now. Those curs are out for blood. Watch your flanks. More have found the scent.
Step aside. Marauder.
Wyrnzoen?
He breathes yet. We withdraw to the Red Rooster stead. Follow my lead, Cater.
I must concentrate. Pray do not disturb me.
Yeah, brought I'm home. I don't got the words to thank yet.
The lad's past the worst of it. He struck his head in the fall, though, and it may be some time before he opens his eyes. Thank you for coming, brother. If you hadn't scattered those jackals when you did.
I have done naught to earn your thanks. When I learned of the situation from Aleport, I realized the dangers were greater than I had anticipated. No single marauder could have hoped to fend off such numbers in time. Pray accept my apologies, Neddard. You turned to us for help, and yet your grandson now lies before you, broken and battered. Ye risked your lives to save little sired, how's a man to find fault with that? It's me who ought to be begging forgiveness for the wounds ye took protectin' me, foolish boy. You needn't concern yourself with our well-being. Our training prepares us for such eventualities. There is naught more we can accomplish here, Cater. It is time we returned to the guild and focused on other tasks. That damn calamity, I tell ya. I lost me wife, me son, and me daughter-in-law in the aftermath. If it weren't for me grandson, I don't reckon I'd have much reason to linger on. I am glad the lad will live, but I fear this will not be the last time Sire abandons caution in his thirst for vengeance against Kujata. The wound in his heart festers and seethes, feeding his impatience at our seeming inaction. But we must not think ill of the boy. Instead, let his helpless rage be as a spur to our efforts. I say again, Cater, Kujata will fall by your hand. And I will shape you into the deadly weapon you need to be. Cater. Our near disastrous encounter with the pack that follows Kujata has been preying on my mind. The overwhelming number of the beasts was beyond aught I had imagined. Even the most dedicated marauder could not hope to carve through that snarling wall of flesh. And if we cannot dispatch the pack, then Kujata remains beyond our reach. Thus, I have prepared for you a trial that shall unleash your deepest reserves of destructive strength. As before, so Quibe awaits you at the Bismarck to guide you on your path. Do not squander this opportunity for growth, Cater. The pride of the guild itself rides on the keen edge of your axe.
You've word from my brother? Ha, the pride of the guild, eh? My brother has placed quite a burden on your shoulders, it seems. But, from what I have witnessed, if any marauder has the skill and determination to put down Kujata, then it is you. And there is, of course, the matter of Sire's vengeance. You don't want to disappoint the poor boy, now, do you? Let us be about this trial, Cater. I shall meet you on the Salt Strand in Lower Lana Sea, where your training is to take place. Well, naturally, I will be there. Without me, you're like to forget to tend your wounds and bleed to death. Well, this should be the place. I don't see, do you sense that encroaching aura of violence, Cater? Pray unlimber that axe of yours. Ha, this is supposed to be a trial? That seems to be the last of them. Compared to what we have faced before, though, it wasn't terribly. So, this is the indomitable Cater Braddock. Who in the seven hells are you? Wait, is that? We have deemed you worthy of our challenge. Come, Marauder. Let us test the edge of your steel. Oh, brother. What are you playing at, you oafs? No matter. We fight to win. Now this is more like it. On your guard, we are not done.
It seems my underlings have provided you with poor sport. Very well. I shall take your measure with mine own blade. Do not think to show me quarter, cater, for I shall surely show you none.
Keep your focus, this is no game.
Prepare to be tested. Spent already, our battle has scarce begun. You fight well, Marauder. Now we see what you are truly made of. I yield. Your strength has humbled us all. It might just be enough. We are done here, my colleagues. Drag away those who cannot stand. Your display of prowess was truly impressive, Cater. Worthy, indeed.
What a ridiculous charade. Did he honestly think we couldn't see through those paltry disguises? Though I am confident my brother's act was not born of malice, rather, he hoped by concealing his identity that the trial would seem more threatening, thus increasing its effectiveness. Not an entirely successful undertaking, but one must appreciate his intentions. It is time you returned to the guild. Oh, and as a favor to me? Pray indulge Wyrnzoen in his little deception. Subterfuge is not a marauder's forte.
Cater, I have heard of your skirmish on the Salt Strand. You did well to topple opponents of such formidable skill. But let us not dwell on the nature of those masked men. What is important is your triumph in the face of overwhelming odds. Your fellow marauders are honored to have you swing your axe in the guild's name. They stand behind you, one and all, as you prepare to overcome your greatest trial yet. The time has come for you to bring Kujata's bloody rampage to an end. When next he rears his horrible horned head, you shall be ready to bury your blade in his skull. Cater. Your confrontation with the beast is at hand. Kujata has made his presence known. Reports place the creature to the northeast of the Red Rooster Stead, in the vicinity of the Grey Fleet. There is little more for me to say but this: harness all the strength you have built through your labors of sweat and blood, and unleash it full fury upon Kujata and his menagerie of scavengers. Sired yet lies Abed, trusting in your strength and praying for your victory. I ask that you go to the lad before the battle, and tell him you venture forth to fell the object of his vengeance. Such news should cheer his ailing heart. The time is come, Cater Braddock. May your axe strike deep and true. That day. Cater. I'm sorry for making trouble. No, I deserved what I got. It's me own fault for not believin' in yet. But ya came back anyway. And now you're gonna take that axe to Kujata's head, ain't ya? I know ya can beat that bastard. Ya got to.
I heard Kujata had reared his ugly head again, and reckoned you'd not be too far behind. I hope you won't object to me lending what aid I can. We've been through much, you and I would see this tale to its end. Brynbar, well, he felt much the same. So here we are, a pack of 2 to offset the ravenous beasts that follow in Kujata's wake.
Might be as I'm stickin' me nose in where it ain't wanted, but I couldn't abide the thought oh yeah facin' that monster solo. Kujata's got his friends, so it's only fair if Yevee got a couple, too. And what are friends for if not to lighten your load? I already did some o' the groundwork for yet. Seems like a farmer and his wain have fallen victim to the fiend's pack. If we follow the trail o' destruction, it might just lead us to the big bugger himself. You find a pot that appears to have been dragged from the farmer's wain. You find a barrel that appears to have been dragged from the farmer's wain. You find a crate that appears to have been dragged from the farmer's wain.
This is it, Cater. Send the beast to the abyss.
Focus on fighting Kujata, leave the hyenas to me.
Be on your guard, he's up to something.
Cater. It appears our timing was fortuitous. The XIV master carried me ere so's I could see. Ya did it? You really did it? Ma. Duh. Do ya see? Cater killed the bastard. He's finally dead. Thank yet. Thank all of yet. Cater. Do you reckon I could learn to swing an axe like that? When I's bigger, I mean. I want to protect folk, too. Keep 'em safe from, you know, monsters and things. If you train hard, then naught is beyond your reach, young man. Then that's what I'll do. I'll train every single day. You'll see. I'll be the strongest arrow there ever was.
Well done, Cater. I knew from the first moment we met that you would rise to meet any challenge.
I saw it with me own eyes, and I can still scarce believe it. Ya brought down the mountain. It is done, Cater. You have answered the boy's prayers, and upheld the pride of the guild. Hold your head high, Marauder. I shall be awaiting your triumphant return to Limsa Lominsa. That was truly a mighty feat, Cater. Never have I seen a marauder so dedicated to attaining the pinnacle of his discipline. In recognition of your achievements, I, Guildmaster Wyrnzoen, pass on to you our guild's final technique, the thrill of battle. This skill teaches you to embrace the fear and danger of combat, allowing you to push well beyond the normal limits of your stamina. Though the thought brings me both joy and sadness, there is naught more I can teach you. May the memories of your time here at the guild sustain you as you strive for ever greater heights of perfection. Experience, now, shall be your tutor. There will always be greater foes and deadlier challenges on which to test your blade, of that, I am certain. You enter a realm of our craft in which even I have never set foot. I only hope that when you reach the very boundaries of our art, you will return to share your triumphs with us. Until then, Cater, may your axe ever swing true.